Hello and welcome. So today I figured we could do a nice little relaxing review video of some of the newer decks that I've gotten. These two I just got earlier this week. This one has been probably about 6 months if I'm being honest, but it was the latest deck that I've bought before these. So also it's just beautiful. I love all of these so far. So I figured we could go through, just kind of flip through some of the cards, take a quick look at the books. Have a nice little relaxing video going over these decks together. I've used all of these in the last reading I just did for May. Figure we could shuffle some cards together, compare them. And I will link if you are just interested in seeing one of these decks specifically. I'll link the timestamps below. But otherwise, let's get started. So the first deck we can look at together is the Solitary Witch Oracle. This is by Lucy Cavendish and the artwork by Lady Victoria. I absolutely love the silver that is on the box here. I mean, really, I love all of my decks that have like silver, gold, pink, black, gilded edges are beautiful. So when it's on the box, that's also really, really fun. And this is the back of the box, has a preview of the cards. This is the one where I saw it and I just knew that I had to have it. The box says, "Who are you?" The universe asks. "I am," you reply, "the witch who walks alone." Read that too and was like, yep, okay. You're coming home with me. So it's a really nice sturdy box, of course. I don't have my nails on today, but there we go. I can still do some nice taps. Love a box with taps. Also, am I the only one who keeps these papers that come with the box? I hold on to them for as long as I can. I always end up using them as like a spare paper. Let me know if you also do that too, or if you just toss it immediately. Or recycle it, I should say. So then it has the booklet that comes with it. I guess we should start at the beginning. I always start backwards. Publishing information. I believe this deck came out in April of this year. Okay, sorry about that. I dropped the book. It's a content page. Introduction. Which actually is really, really nice. If anyone's ever interested in reading through it. Inspiration page, blessing, how to shuffle, asking questions, how to cut the cards. It does talk about the reverse card, how to use it for this deck, how to cleanse your oracle. So really nice information at the beginning. It has some spreads here. Always nice. I love when these are included in the booklets. So a lot of really amazing information. I mean, that's 60 pages before you even get to the card messages. And then they have really nice description page with the meaning and then a reversed meaning as well if you do read reversals. Nice black and white. About 2 pages for each card. And then it has an about the artist, which I'll have to look more into her work because these cards are gorgeous. Oh, there we are, looking for this about the author. And then let's get into the cards themselves. So we do have these cards. They are in matte finish. So yeah, if your hands get sweaty like mine, you can pick up on that. But they are really, they're pretty thick, which is really, really nice. Pretty large too. Let me go ahead, actually I have playing cards here for reference. Actually, I'm just going to show you because how cute is this? My parents got me this. It comes in a little coffin. I actually had to look up the size of a playing card and measure these because they feel so tiny. Maybe it's just been a while since I've dealt with actual playing cards. So this is the size of a normal playing card, 3.5 by 2.5 inches. So quite larger. And I would say it's fairly normal. Maybe a little on the larger size of the rest of some of the Oracle cards I have, but nothing crazy that you would get it and say, my gosh, this is nothing I've ever used before. So my hands can just fit. I like the shuffle personally. I don't find that the cards stick too much. There is a little bit, but again, it's a newer deck too. But unlike some cards in Oracle decks or tarot decks, where you really have to like go through and peel them apart when you first get them, this doesn't do that. So I like how this shuffles. And then, whoops. So let's go through some of the cards together. I love the artwork here. This one too. So pretty. She sleeps with the stars. Look closer. She is not lonely. Gosh, if that could describe me. A hermit who enjoys it. So I think these cards, the artwork, the imagery, everything within them, so beautiful. I think so detailed too. To me, this just reminds me, there was once a book I read, I'll have to look it up. I read it up as a child and it was about two witches. Hazel and Gretel, maybe? My memory is kind of like, oh, this artwork's pretty similar. I need to go look it up and see. Let's go ahead. I'm actually going to look up the book and see who was the artist for that. Alright, so the book's called Alice and Greta, A Tale of Two Witches, so I was kind of close. I'll give like a B plus for my memory, at least for me, that's pretty good. It came out in July 1st, 1997, so yep, that was a children's book for me. And the author is Stephen J. Simmons, and the illustrator was Side Moore, so artwork's similar. Obviously pretty different. If you actually go and look it up, maybe I'll put a picture here, but kind of gave me a little bit similar vibes when I saw this. So maybe that's why I was drawn to it. But yeah, I'll leave some of these cards a mystery, so if you are interested. history for everyone who's interested in this. But overall, I'm really liking this deck. Shuffle's really nice. So far, the messages that I've gotten for my last reading and then the one where I did myself that I used this deck in have been really, really nice. So, I do recommend this if anyone likes the artwork and is interested. So far, I'm loving this deck, and I think it's going to be one that I come to and use often. But let's do the Lover's Oracle next. Let's look at that one. So I have been searching for a love deck for a while for my readings, and I feel like every time I see if it's like another tarot reader using them or come across one on social media, they're always ones that are either like discontinued or currently sold out. If you know of any that are out there that you particularly enjoy, let me know. Tell me in the comments. But so far, I found this one and I was like, you know what, we're going to go ahead, give it a try. Nice sturdy box too. Always gotta love a sturdy box. With these cards, has just a little bit of how to use the cards, choosing cards, 1 card, 4 card spread, and then the publishing information. And this deck is artwork by Toni, Carmine, Salerno. Hopefully saying that right. And so the cards have imagery on, come on. Nope, I'm still stuck. Alright, well, I tried using some taps to get them out, but it's like they fit just enough in the box, and if they're tilted at all, they get a little stuck. Not a big deal. So yeah, they do have imagery on the back, and then text on, I guess this, well, depending on how you read it, the back, the front, the back. Or did I just say the same thing twice, but the front and the back, or the front and the back. Anyways, so these cards, let me get out the playing card. So they're about, it can fit almost entirely in with just like a little bit on the sides. It's not crazy large, easy to hold. I'd say width-wise I can still kind of fit them all in my hand. Shuffling, obviously anything that's a shape, especially, I mean, this is a little bit difficult. I found it's easiest just when I go up and down and try to keep my finger in this little pocket here. But even then, after a few shuffles, they start to turn, which sometimes actually helps me pull a card. That's funny, this came up in one of the readings we had. But yeah, so I do like this so far. I've used it twice. I had a reading for myself and then one that we did in May, or for May I should say. And you know what, actually some of the cards that came out were pretty spot on with the readings, so far, pretty solid. But I'm excited to use more of it. Do you want to do like a full love reading? So I'm hoping I can get like another deck or two that are specific with love messages. But yeah, so I'm kind of go through some of the artwork. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. My beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends space and time, nothing is missing. So the messages do vary. I would say from like advice to just general love messages. But overall, think these work well in a love reading. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. I like the artwork too. I like read intuitively, so having anything with images and not just text is always really nice. I don't want to give everything when you go through all the cards, so we'll just do a few more. But yeah, overall I'm enjoying this deck. I'm excited to use it some more. It's given really nice messages. That I've, well, let me try to rephrase it. It's given really nice messages in the readings that I've used it for. And now the part of me was like, oh my gosh, now they're all forwards and backwards. I'll fix this in a second because it will drive me insane. But I do like this deck. I think it's really nice. The shuffling is, I mean, obviously having the cards in a heart shape looks really nice, but it does make it kind of difficult to shuffle. They're really thick. They're not going to easily bend. They have a nice like matte finish, so even in light, you won't have that reflection that you get with some like the glossy cards. So really nice quality of the cards. I think they're a good size. I like the artwork, the messages. Only downside, of course, shuffling, I would say. A little bit more difficult, nothing unbearable. It might be nicer just to even like go through and pick out, a card that calls you on the image instead of shuffling. And it's have a couple things on it, nothing too complicated, nothing elaborate, but the cards are kind of, they don't really need a description with the text on it, so I like it overall. So if you're like me and you're searching for a deck that is specific towards love, I think this is a really nice one. And again, the taps on this deck, I mean, beautiful, even without nails. And lastly, we have the Threads of Fate Oracle. I got the Shadow Edition. So they do have a few different editions of this deck. This company also has a couple other Oracle cards. I want to say they have Tarot as well, or maybe just Oracle. Also, this box is a little beaten up at the top. I've been traveling with it a lot, so there's a little bit of scratching on here, but I don't mind it. Really nice gold accents on the box. So pretty. And then you have the back here with a little preview. Again, a really nice sturdy box, which you can tell by how banged up this one is already getting after 6 months. I really appreciate it. It does come with a beautiful booklet. It says it is created by Blaire Porter and Brett June. It has the publishing information, index, storing and cleansing, it has about Jordan. And then it has a couple of spreads for you. And they do divide this by Earth. And they have all their cards that are related to the Earth sign. Then they have air. It also has other affiliations, meanings with it. You have fire. And then water, and then lastly you have the ether. I like that they did this. The one thing that makes it a little complicated is that it's not in alphabetical order. So even if you know, okay, this is an earth card, flipping to it, you just kind of have to go to the front, at least maybe until you get to know exactly where it is, and use the numbers, because this is at least an alphabetical order, so that helps. But if you're just kind of flipping through, your guess is as good as mine. But yeah, I really like this booklet. It does have nice little information about the card, the messages that it has, and then it'll talk about some of the things that are associated with the card. So the dolphin, and messages on that, the huckleberry, bust-a-mite, boost-a-mite? I'm going to say bust-a-mite, like Busta Rhymes, right? And so yeah, and then when you get towards the back, when you get to the ether, they have these really nice things where it talks about, it's like prompts that they'll give you. So sit with this question. Okay, guess not all of them do. If you find yourself in the shadow of a pillar, ask yourself. So they do have really nice little exercises with some of the ones in the deck. But anyways, really cute booklet. Really nice information in here as well. But now let's get to the cards. Oh, hey, look, dolphin. And I love they have this nice little, like, dark gold. It's not even metallic-y. It's like a matte gold, too. It's still beautiful. I love everything about this deck. It's just absolutely beautiful. And I love when you hit the light, you really get that nice pop of gold. But you also still get, let's see, yeah, this is a nice one too. But you can still get really nice imagery in the background as well. And then bring the main image to the forefront. I think it's just so beautiful. This one, the connect to heart. Of course, they use 2 doggos. Pillar. Love. Withdraw. The universe. I mean, this card. Beautiful. Also makes me miss my nails. They're coming back soon, don't worry. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. I'll skip the middle chunk just so we don't ruin everything. And they're really nice too. They're kind of, I don't know how to describe this texture. It's matte, but kind of sticky. They don't shuffle sticky. I actually really enjoy shuffling with these cards. They have some weight to them, I feel like. But yeah, it's almost like a velvety cotton texture, if that makes sense. Sorry if you can hear my cat trying to get in the door. But yeah, absolutely love this deck. I like how they shuffle. They feel just really luxurious is probably the best way to describe it. I mean, anytime a death card comes up, you know you gotta take a second and appreciate it. Beauty. And yeah, so you can see that even like any kind of light, gold is really going to be highlighted there. And then if you have some type of direct light on it, like a ring light, it's not going to be like a bad reflection. It pops a little bit extra, but death card, beautiful. Movement, patience, speak truth, higher perspective, destruction, soul work, the observer, paradox, get creative. And they're not going to bend easily. They're really, I feel like, a nice high quality, thicker card. Yeah, and overall, I do like how they shuffle. They are a little bit, sticky is not the right word. They're not going to slide around too much. I feel like they're solid is probably the best word. Destruction. But absolutely beautiful deck. I'm so happy I got this one. I saw another tarot reader that I absolutely love, and I saw that he was using this deck, and I had to look them up. And he was using a different version of this oracle deck, but the Shadow Edition really called to me. Sorry about the weird edit here. I totally forgot to compare the size of this card to our playing card. So you can see it is a bit larger. Still really easy though to fit in my hand. And then too, just for reference against, let's get a Solitary Witch card. So you can see how much larger the Solitary Witch card is to this one. So this to me is really like a perfect size for an oracle card. Not that I have anything against the Solitary Witch oracle. I love my bigger cards too. Love the teeny tiny ones, but this one I feel like is just, for my hand at least, the perfect size. Anyways, now back to the regular video. So yeah, definitely if these cards are calling to you in any way, highly recommend checking them out because they're just so beautiful, and I feel the best word I can say is like luxurious when you're using them. And I feel like it deals with a lot of shadow work too. If you're looking into that, this would be, I think, a really nice deck for that. And personally for me, this deck is really nice when it just needs a little bit more seriousness to the issue or to the questions. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love, so far, all of these decks, the last 3 that I've gotten. And hopefully, if you were watching to see if you liked these decks for yourself, it gave you a little bit more insight. If you have any questions, you can always leave a comment. If you need to let me know, like, the exact dimensions or anything like that, or any other questions, or if you liked these relaxing review videos, let me know and I can always do more. Definitely gonna do a Halloween themed deck review because I have so many, but that's probably not going to be until October. So if you have any else that you want to see that I've used, let me know. Happy to go through them. Of course, I gotta end on tabs, right?